Magnet Warrior. Is there a deck profile? There is a deck profile. Thank God. Okay. I have questions. Because there's a Magnet Warrior top 8 deck profile. Now I'll tell you a funny story. I actually know what some of these cards do because we recorded Burst Protocol draft on Monday. And stay tuned for that YouTube video because we did Retro Pack 2 draft recently, and I was wondering how would that work with a core booster set. And so we did drafting with Burst Protocol on Monday. And so, of course, some of the Magnet Warriors from Burst Protocol I'm now a little bit more familiar with because they appeared in that draft. But I did not expect a deck like this to make top cut of a regional. One really funny thing is that Duoterion is a starter for Magnet Warriors because this card says this card to add a bonding spell trap because you're supposed to add like H2O bonding with it. But Magnet Bonding is also a bonding spell, and this card is a crazy card in this deck. This card is basically Rhoda and Miracle Fusion at the same time, which is really funny. And you can search it with Duoterion. Let's let the players speak for themselves. I think because
All right, you guys, what's up? We're back with another deck profile video. This time we got a good buddy here of the channel, and he got top 8 at San Diego Regional today. Let's introduce yourself and let us know what place you got.
Yeah, so my name is Portland, and I got 8th place at the San Diego Regional with the Magnet Warrior deck.
Super sick, man.
Because I was under the impression that the Magnet Warrior cards were mainly just like rank 4 engines for other decks, right? That's the first thing that people told me when we looked at the new cards, and people were like, oh yeah, you can use this as like a crazy starter in like a rank 4 deck and so on and so forth. But apparently the pure deck,
His choice. What made you choose that deck?
Realistically, like I played the deck in the past before, so I kind of like I already knew like how to play it. And coming in, like typically
this deck existed?
on your end board, you end with an Naturia Beast, and with like every deck just playing a quick play spell.
Oh, dude, Naturia Beast is good right now. Naturia Beast is a good reason.
Just a spell card, like I just wanted something to like be able to like stop it. And like Naturia Beast was like, I would say it was like it did what I wanted it to do, so that's why I pretty much chose it.
It was a meta call.
Yeah, you
that's sick. That's sick. No, it's a very niche choice. I know a lot of people.
Everyone is on droplet though. Yeah, fair enough. But if you summon a card that says you win the game, unless your opponent has one specific card from their deck in their hand, then still not too bad.
We're interested in the list, so here it is, man. Let's check it out.
Yeah. So it's kind of a long name, but you play 3 of your linear Magnum plus or minus.
So this is the circular. This is the circular that sends 2 from deck to grave to summon itself. I had this one in the draft. It was pretty good.
Like you need to play 3 of it because it's a one card combo. Like you can also search this with Magnet Bonding, and pretty much you send like your 2 level 4 or lowers, which typically is your plus, and you send beta, and then right there you just start playing because plus summons beta to the field, and then you can kick off from there. And then you played 3 Duoterion.
So funny.
You just discard and add a Magnet Bonding. This card was overperformed, honestly. Like it's also like a good Ash target because you could already have Magnet Bonding in your hand, and you activate this and like they'll probably Ash, and then you could just play for free. And then you play 3 beta. Beta just searches you a level 4 lower Magnet Warrior, and then it comes up sometimes, but it has a quick effect where on your opponent's turn where you can tribute it and summon a level 4 Magnet Warrior. So it can come up sometimes, and then you play 3 minus. I guess you can call it like the 5 mana for the deck. It lets you fusion summon.
Okay, it's not the 5 mana. Is it a quick effect to fuse? No, it's not a quick effect. Okay.
You play 2+. At first I was playing one, but I noticed that like through testing and through playing that the second one would come up a lot, and yeah, like I did not regret the choice at all. Like it was great. Then you play your one Epsilon. This card is like so good. You know, like when you summon it, like it lets you. It's pretty much like that one Rise Your Monster. No,
Yeah.
you know, like you summon, bring another level 4 out, and then typically like you're able to go into Galen Granite. So, and then for your level 8s,
Yeah, they are all rocks. Galen Granite goes hard in this deck.
you play Telusion. I play the Berserker and Valkyrian because I'm also playing
Dude, you play the OG.
Imperial Magnum in the extra deck. People can argue that these cards are bricks, but realistically they're not, because if you draw it, because everything can be used as a fusion material, you know. So like this can summon Flux, Oceanfell, and they both can, and they can also.
You do not need to play the 2 big 8 bricks. Well, all of you guys have 0 regional top 8s with Magnet Warriors, I'm sure.
They summon the new one. I forgot the name, but it's a long name. But you know, so you're always using them. Like,
Yeah.
You know, they're never not dead.
It's still cool seeing such
Yes.
an old school card being used.
Yeah, and then I play one Researcher. Card overperformed as well. This is how you make Materia Beast. You just play one because you're always searching out of Galen Granite. If you're not searching in the
Ah, okay. What's the condition to special Researcher again? You just have to have a rock monster? Yeah, okay. Okay.
hero, then you'll probably search this. So that's for the monsters. And then moving up to the spell, so you play your 3 bonding with your 1 induction. 3 bullet points. You can use all 3 of them in 1 turn. So like there's been duels, like there was games where like I used all 3 of them, all 3 spell cards in 1 turn. You know, induction. This card overperformed as well. Sometimes like you draw like awkward hands, or if you don't, or for example if you get Fuwa, like you know, like yes, it'll still trigger like a draw off of them, but this will help you play a lot through Fuwa. And then I play cross out, held by. Fuwa and Perulia can hurt the deck a bit, so.
So this is just, am I getting this right? Is this just the rock version of like Unchained Fiend Slop or like Spenta Spellcaster Slop? This is just rock Magnet Warrior? Basically, this is what this is, right? You just like summon all the earth stuff in the world.
Try to like be able to stop it as well.
No, it's not
Sometimes,
generic.
like-
I mean, neither is Unchained, for example. It's just Magnet Warriors and Naturia Beast. Okay.
Ghost Bell can hurt on your plus, so you know you really.
It's
wanna
not using that many generic rock tools. Okay, but what is there, right? You're using Adamancipator, you're using Galen Granite. What else is there even for you to use? I feel like you're using everything that's available. Because Block Dragon's banned.
stop that. And I played 3 Super Poly. Like, I mean, who isn't playing Super Poly in the
So
main deck
good
right
this
now?
format,
Like,
yeah.
you know, if you're playing against Radiant Typhoon, actually it's pretty cool because if you go Super Poly, you know, you make Mud Dragon, and when you go Mud Dragon, call Earth. Like, the only way.
Would any of us know? That's fair enough. It's Magnet Warriors. I mean, you guys probably know as much about these as I do.
that they can stop you is like if they have Forbidden Crown. Other than that, like you know, you just play for free because their trap can't target any of your Earth monsters. And then for the hand traps, play 3 Fuwa, 3 Perulia, 3 Ash, 2 Bell, and the 1 Nib. I just play 1 Nib because realistically, this format, like I don't know.
You can search it for Granite though.
I've never been in a situation where like I wanted it, and like I play it because like in 1 I can search it, and
Yeah,
in 2
it's
it's a
searchable.
cross-out designator target as well.
It's looking like a one of in a lot of people's decks. They're searching
Yeah.
for it.
Go-
What about the Perulia in the main?
The Perulia was amazing in the
Yeah.
main. Like you know, like at first I was playing 2 Perulias and I was playing 2 Researchers, but through testing, like I wanted to draw more hand traps. I wanted to draw
What's the reason for 2 researchers when you search it with Granite?
more Molch Army. So at the end, like I took out the one Researcher and added the 3rd Perulia. These cards were great. Like you know, like it's really good because like your deck, like obviously, like you want to go first, but the deck can
It's
break forth
kind of an
just due to the
extender.
fact that everything's
Okay.
like a big beater, you know. And then Ghost Bell was just great, like being able to, when you're going second against Dracotail, like being able to stop the trap cards. And then you can also hit the new Synchro monster. What's his name? The one that came out.
The
but-
Ecclesia?
Yeah, so you can Ghost Bell that, prevent them from summoning like Blazing Cartesia.
Yep.
So that.
And that card's really good too, the Synchro, the Neon.
It's in case you have Bell against Draco Tail, it's probably better to bell the Albaz instead of belling the Synchro. Because if you bell the Synchro, it stays on the field and they can do it again on your turn to still tag out into Albaz or Cartesia and fuse. Whereas if you bell the White Dragon, there's a higher chance they never even get the Cartesia in rotation. Because the White Dragon also says you can summon Ecclesia from deck or grave. So you can also bell that.
Yes, sir. So that's that. And then the extra deck. We play 2 of the new Fusion Monster. It's pretty much like, I don't want to call it bread and butter, but he can pretty much like carry the deck in a way, because he lets you add like he lets you add the.
Okay, hold up real quick. Conduction Warrior, Plasma Magnum. Face-up monsters on the field become Earth. You can only use each... Ooh, that's really annoying for Radiant Typhoon. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, add a Magnet, Normal, Quick, or Field spell from your deck to your hand. Send a level 8 Magna Warrior from your deck to the grave. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon a level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior monster. Okay, so it adds one of the spells, and then you also get to Foolish the Illusion or whatever it's called, right? Like you Foolish... I assume most of the time you Foolish this one, because I think this is the one that summons itself back from the grave. This card is really good. Yeah, this card is really good. This is the one that... This is like Detonator and ABC Dragon Buster. A little bit, right? This is like, once per turn when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can target a monster your opponent controls to destroy it, or if it's an Earth, you can take control of it forever. And then also it can tribute itself to bring 2 banished Magnet Warrior Sigmas back. So it has like the tag out effect of what's it called? Of ABC Dragon Buster. It's kind of cool. And then it keeps coming back from the graveyard. It's not even once per turn to summon it. So if you have multiple plus and minus in rotation, you could even bring it back multiple times from the graveyard. This is a really strong card.
Normal, the quick play, or the field spell. We don't play the field spell, but you know, him turning everything into an Earth also can't come up. Like if you're playing against Radiant Typhoon, since everything is an Earth, they can't change the new wind monster in their hand. I forgot the name, but Shiru, something like that.
You know,
he comes up, being able to dump for cost to additional normal summons, also really good, because there's
this deck's
times
so
where
cool.
like
It does look cool, even though I mean I did say it's kind of like rock slop, but at the end of the day, what you make with it, besides Naturia Beast, is pretty healthy. But of course, Naturia Beast is there.
I already have a Valkyrian or Berserker in the hand, and then I go effect I go effect to dump another level 8, like either Berserker or Valkyrian, whatever the last missing piece is, and then you chain Magnet Bonding to make Imperial Magnum. So now you're protected by Nibiru or like anything else,
Yeah.
that they can have to interrupt you. Or sometimes like they'll have 5 mana in hand, and like they'll wait to like maybe like to see what to hit, but then once you summon it, like, you know, you're able to negate that 5 mana. And then 1 Flux Oceanfeld. This card overperformed as well, like, you know, being able to summon a rock from the hand or graveyard, like any, like, you know, it doesn't have to be level 4 or lower, you know, it's great. And then being a quick effect, just bounces itself or any Earth monster on my field, and then any card on my opponent's field. So it's a great card. Then the 1 Imperial Magna, just, I mean, 4,000 Omni Negate, like.
Okay, wait, 4,000 Omni Negate. Hold up. Oh, is this the reason to play the 2 big guys? Is this the reason why the other 2 are there? So you can make Imperion Magnum the superconductive battle bot? Must be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials. Cannot be specialed by other ways. Once per turn during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell, trap card, or monster effect, negate the activation, destroy that card. If this face-up card leaves the field, you can special both Valkyrion and Berserkion from hand and or deck, ignoring their sum. Okay, I see. So essentially, if you're willing to play the main deck bricks, which are not really bricks completely, because you can still use them as like material for your fusions, I guess. But But of course, they are not starters either. Like, they're not great draws, but they're not completely dead, at least. But if you're willing to play those, then you can get the big 4,000 Omni Negate out. Okay, I get it.
Like, you know, I mean, once this hits the field, I don't think I ever lost. You play Mud Dragon, Garura. Didn't summon this once. I summoned this a lot. Call everything Earth. Keeps you protected.
Brazil's the only.
I've been thinking about this in some decks. I don't know if Garura is that important right now as a super poly target. Like, most decks you actually summon Mud Dragon against, because every deck has like a bunch of different types.
2 super poly targets?
Yes.
Okay.
There's really only 2. And then you play Galangrana, Exotana, Baguska. This card, you know what? I feel this card just, you know, being able to search Researcher every single time to make your Natural Beast was just amazing. These cards are getting cut. These cards were just the worst. Like, they never came up at all. Like, in theory, like, I thought Baguska would be good, but then, you know, I forgot. I didn't think about the Fallen and the Virtuous, which, you know, just completely outs this. And just,
it's in every deck.
It is so nice that this is one of the nicest things about the Fallen and the Virtuous being a popular card in the format. You just don't randomly lose to shit like Baguska as often. It's really nice. The card should still be banned, because drawn out is never a good argument for having a card like that around. But it is genuinely so much more of a nice feeling if that's something you can do.
Cards are just not good.
Have you seen the Azamina Super Poly package from Lucas Sacco? I'm aware, yeah. I'm aware that for Super Poly, if you have the extra deck space, you can play Saint Azamina, regular Azamina, and Azamina Ilia Sylvia, which is really strong against Draco Tail. If you have the room for those 3 targets, then I think that is something to do. Yeah, you should do that if you have the room for it.
Unicorn would have been a better choice. Just not good. Like, more link plays. Okay. Like, there was times where, like, I was like, I needed more link plays, but yeah. And then you play IP, SP Little Knight. You play Gorgon.
Do you prefer 3 Fallen or 2 for Branded Dracotail? I'm currently playing 2 in my Branded Dracotail list because I didn't like when I drew it and Albaz together. Then it felt like the Albaz was redundant, because in the end phase I like the Fallen when you get it for free, basically. When you already draw it and then have the Albaz as well, it feels redundant.
So this package right here, like, a lot of the times, like, I will end an IP and then, because you don't really have like an inherent monster.
How do you use Azaminas for Super Poly? Saint Azamina. Okay, I guess I should explain it real quick when I mentioned it. Hold up. So the purpose of the package is you play Saint Azamina, which says 2 level 6 or higher monsters, a fusion and a synchro. So against Draco Tail, if they start with the new Albaz, they have the Ecclesia synchro on the board, right? Because it returns in the end phase. And they obviously have a fusion monster on the field, right? Whether it's Arthalion or Secretarion or whatever. So let's say they end on Arthalion plus the Ecclesia synchro. So what you do is you super poly those 2 away into Saint Azamina, which already gets the Ecclesia into the graveyard, which is nice because you don't have to deal with that tagging out on your turn anymore. But then this thing says your opponent cannot target cards on field, grave, or banishment, or this card on the field with card effects. And if this card was fusion summoned this turn, quick effect, you can just special summon a level 9 or lower Azamina monster from deck or extra deck. So you can just summon Ilia Sylvia for free with this, which is an Omni Negate. So you remove 2 bodies, you summon Saint Azamina. Saint Azamina summons Ilia Sylvia, which is an Omni Negate for, like, you can negate Flame with it, for example. But it's not only that, you can also then, in your main phase, you're not going to keep the Saint Azamina around because this card exists. This is a 4,000 attack body that says must first be fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by tributing a Saint Azamina you control and a face-up monster your opponent controls. So after, like, in draw phase, you go super poly into Saint Azamina, bring out Ilia Sylvia, you go to main phase, and then you tribute whatever monster they have, plus your Saint Azamina to make Azamina. And then you just have this. So the super poly is basically a 4,000 attack Azamina and Ilia Sylvia, right? Which is a lot of value from super poly. A lot of value. That basically clears 3 bodies and gives you an Omni Negate and a 4,000 beat stick. It's a lot. Oh yeah. It does take a lot of extra deck space.
like when you end on your board, unless
But
you
it's
have
good.
Imperial Magnum out. So a lot of the times, like if they normal summon, or I'm sorry, just with like any monster effect on the field, like you chain IP, and then you summon.
And distribute Liger Dancer or Sanctifier? Liger Dancer, yes. Sanctifier, I'm not sure if it's treated as a fusion summon. I'm not sure.
And then it'll just negate it. And then, you know,
I
they
think
have
so.
to play in the other 2 zones, because if they summon anything else, then
Azamina makes you Ash and Bell proof. Yeah, it says your opponent can't activate monsters with 0 attack. Yes, that too. Yeah.
So great card. And then player 1 access code and 1 Underworld Goddess. The main idea for this was to
Liger.
for Liger Dancer, or you know, just pretty much get anything problematic.
In the room today,
Something else that can be kind of like annoying and problematic would be like the Albion, Albion monster. You know, like it's got like not being able to target it, and then like it's 3,000. You know, like even though my monsters are beaters, not everything is 3,000. So there was times where like I linked it off to summon this, and then Access Skill Talker, like it won me a couple games. You know, you make it, you're able to pop off, and then you know you have this, and then another 2 Magnet Wars, and then like you win the duel.
Did you play against any Lunalite?
Any Lunalite?
Yeah.
No Lunalite.
Lucky.
Yeah. And then of course Materia Beast. I mean, not being once per turn, not even being once per chain. You know, like.
Is that your boss monster? Would you say?
I mean, no, yeah. You play against any spell heavy deck like Radiant Typhoon. If they don't have Droplet, it's cooked.
You end on it. Like if you end on it, like they have to respond to it. Like they can't just leave it out. They need something to out it, or else like they just can't play. You know, like they can chain, but then you just chain and just negate. You know, and then a lot of the times like he stays protected.
You cannot out Albion. Yeah, it's the same. It's weird because it says you can special summon it by doing this. So it doesn't sound like it's a fusion summon, and it doesn't sound like you're using them as fusion material, but it's the same reason that you can't use one Phantom of Yubel for another Phantom of Yubel, right? It was the same thing. Like it's like you can summon this, you can special this card by shuffling those back. It's like, okay, is this a fusion summon? Is this fusion material? I don't know. It's worded weirdly, but I think it counts as fusion material. It's not a fusion summon, but it's still fusion material. See? You're probably correct, but that sounds counterintuitive. Do you get what I mean? Like it's weird, right? That shit's weird. What you just said is true, but it's also weird.
Because like if you have an end board where
it's the same reason, by the way, that you cannot fuse away a Sanctifier to make Alba Lenatus against like Draco Tail or branded stuff, right? Like if you have Albaz and they have Sanctifier, because Sanctifier says it can't be used as fusion material, you cannot make Alba Lenatus with it, I think, because Alba Lenatus, it's the same, and it's the same thing. Like Alba Lenatus doesn't say like fusion summon by sending them to the grave. It just says like tributing that stuff or sending it to the grave or something like that. It's it's the same thing. Yeah.
Where is it at?
But it is, I think it's very counterintuitive.
Like a lot of the times, like people will try to like crash into this or beat over it. So, you know, you contribute this, and then you will summon back your where is it?
This deck can also play Koaki because it gets an extra summon through the new fusion, and it gets a great new addition in MZU being Magnet Warrior Omega Plus. You mean Koaki Meru Guardian? The monster negation?
Your plus and your minus from the banish pile, and since their monsters are turned to earth because of this guy, I choose the attack target for them. And there's been 28 defense, like
oh yeah, these two guys are kind of silly like that. So one of them says if you control an earth monster, your opponent can only attack earth monsters, and then the other one says if your opponent's earth monster attacks, then you choose their attack targets. Yeah, they're kind of silly.
And then, you know, like this stays protected, and then this can negate attacks as well. So like, so the Materia Beast just stays on the board. You know, you're able to protect
Orange
it.
says both. Wait, orange is both?
And then for side deck.
Oh right, no, the green one negates attacks, and the orange one does both of the other things. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, my bad.
I went with Solemn Package. I went with Solemn Strike and Solemn Judgment. Like I said, you don't necessarily have like that much monster negates besides the Imperial Magnum. So like having the Solemn Strike is just like amazing. It was just wonderful. Like a lot of the times, like they would when they activate like the Fallen of White effect, summon Ecclesia, and then like they synchro summon, like you can hit it with a Solemn Strike. Like that's a good way to hit it. Just stopping like link summons, like in general, just things.
They're same thing. I think it would probably be better to just Solemn Strike the Fallen of the White Dragon. Like, why wait for the Synchro Summon to strike it? If you wait for the Synchro Summon to strike it, they get Ecclesia in the grave, which they get back to hand for free in the end phase. And they get the Synchro in the grave, which is a good resource to have in the graveyard. You would rather have the Synchro be in the extra deck than in the graveyard. Like, you don't want to, if you have Solemn Strike against the Fallen and the White Dragon, just strike the Fallen and the White Dragon.
That could be problematic, you know, like it's also a surprise factor, like, you know, no one's really siding that, like, no one's really playing Solemn Strike, and then, you know, Judgment is Judgment. And you play 3 evenly, and the main idea was for 3 evenly was like, so if I'm playing against Radiant Typhoon, like, you know, you want to go evenly, and then if they go like trap, try to negate this, and you like, you know, you droplets it, and then, you know,
did he use Purge? I don't think there was Purge, but now that you say that, this deck could play Purge. No, I don't think it. I think everything was Earth, unless I'm missing something. You want to answer what you're playing at YCS Dortmund, or will it be a secret? I mean, I don't know yet, but it's going to be Draco Tail, Radiant Typhoon, or Sky Striker. I already said that last week. It's going to be one of those 3, but I don't know which one yet. I'm still preparing.
Have to banish everything and keep 1 card. Yep. And then this, I wanted to hit the Abian monster because, like, you know, like, pretty much that's like the only thing that you could do, like, to stop it. And then play 1 Harpies. Same thing, like, the idea was, like, for Draco Tail, like, if you go Harpies with drop, so if they go Flame, then you can go Droplets for it. That was, like, the main idea. And then, you know, you play your 2 Imperm, and then 2 Droll.
So good.
Droll low-key kind of good.
Good side deck, straight to the point. All right, that was a great deck list, a very niche pick. It got you to the top.
Yes, sir.
Congrats, man. We appreciate it here.
You cannot strike Fallen of White? What? What are you talking about? Of course you can strike the Fallen and the White Dragon.
Hopefully everybody else appreciates the list too. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see it in the next couple regionals. Do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, so shout outs to Abel, shout outs to Brian, shout outs to Miles, Kevin, Sebastian.
Fallen of White activates? Do you know the effect of Solemn Strike? My bad. Okay, thank you. Good talk. Good talk. Phenomenal talk, actually. Oh god. Okay. Well, it is kind of awesome to see someone perform with a deck like Magnet Warriors, which you know, it's a pretty interesting deck, it seems like. I mean, I can't really say if it's better or worse than other decks in the format, but like it checks a lot of the boxes, at least to be at least a playable deck, right? Like, we've got, what is this here? We got room for 12 hand traps, we've got 3 super polys, we've got a bunch of powerful starters. I don't know which of the Magnet Warriors are like completely terrible to draw or which ones are like kind of okay, but for the most part, you know, it sounds like a fun concept. It feels like it's a little bit weak to Super Poly and Droplet, because even Naturia Beast does not save you from those. Like, all of your endboard pieces seems to be monster form. We got no real back row. I guess maybe you can search the fusion spell and set it maybe as a backup back row, but for the most part it's all like, it's all monster based. So if your opponent has like even something like Dark Ruler could hurt you a lot. I mean, and Droplet and Super Poly are both relatively popular right now, so it's not like the board is completely auto win. But Naturia Beast is a really powerful card in this format because Radiant Typhoon exists. Radiant Typhoon often plays Super Poly and basically always plays Droplet. Also, Forbidden Crown could help with Naturia Beast, right? Like, you can Forbidden Crown the Naturia Beast, and then at least you are free to use spell cards for 1 turn, but the Naturia Beast is going to survive. You know? Sheena outs it too. Not against this deck though, right? Because they have the fusion monster that makes everything earth. So you can never Sheena because all of your monsters are not wind. So if they actually get the full setup, then it doesn't work. And he did say that he leaves that on the board, I think. But yeah, 2 Fallen and the Virtuous outset as well. Oh yeah, because Ecclesia, right? Because you negate the activation and you send trap, you send a fusion monster and then Ecclesia, and then you can out it with that. Yes, yeah. That's true. Yeah. Still cool to see this deck perform at least.